What's up guys, I'm Ryan Bossert from Rywire, and today I am picking the S2000 up from LTMW. So let's head inside and see what the car looks like. So I'm just cruising up and it looks like they are just finishing up everything. And the paint looks really good. It's nice and clean. I opted to only have it painted as if it was a factory style color change. So everything on the exterior is done. And then of course the engine bay. So kind of see what's going on here. Engine bay is all done. Overall, car looks really good. Today's the day for pickup, and I'm super excited to get it back at the shop so we can start really cutting away at this thing and getting it ready for the event. So haven't really talked to you guys about that yet, but more on that later. Plan right now is to just get it safely back to the shop. All right, so I got the car back and I racked it, and I'm just basically trying to get to work on this thing as fast as possible. Right before it came back, I actually brought it over to Blade Sports, and then they put some spherical bushings right here in the lower control arms. So my front LCAs are with the Blade spherical kit. It was something they could do pretty quick for me, and I just decided that let's just put some of their LCA pieces in. As you can see, the car's pretty dirty on the suspension, the engine bay, and paint looks good, but I got a lot of work to do. So over here, I actually decided to just drop the rear subframe out, and the motor is clean, but the rear subframe really needs to be painted. It's pretty bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of address that. I got the rear suspension all kind of pulled apart, and I'm gonna use this really cool product. It's called Steal It. I actually saw it on one of my buddies is sponsored by them, a guy that I had met, and he kind of turned me on to it, and it seems like it's working really well. I actually did some lower control arms over here. So this is the Wisecraft LCAs that Chris made for me, and I Steal It painted these on Friday, and they look pretty damn good. It looks like I powder coated them, and apparently they hold up really well. So yeah, that Steal It product, you can actually weld to it. It's pretty cool, and you can just the paint goes on super easy. I wasn't even really trying very hard to get everything really clean spray job. I was just spraying it kind of in the wind a little bit. Didn't really matter, and it went down super clean and even. So I'm pretty happy with it. So let me just I'm gonna spend some time and just kind of clean up this rear subframe, and then I'll show you guys what I'm looking at once it's a little bit more cleaned up. It's hot back here, and I'm just sweating away trying to get this car put together. So far what we've done is reassembled the subframe, painted the whole thing with our Steal It, reassembled the lower arms, put the Blade Sport adjustment arms on there. I cut off the dust shields. I cleaned up the upper arms, cleaned up the knuckles. Yeah, making pretty good progress. I repainted the rear sway bar, and then redid the end lengths. So check this out. Let me show you guys where I'm at. All right, so the motor looks really good, I think. The black paint really did it justice. I think it turned out excellent. So yeah, upper arm, original, just cleaned it up. Lower arms, Chris's arm, it's coated. The Blade Sport adjustment camber arm. Then we have the motor I just gave a little quick detail to. It wasn't really that dirty. It was outside for a bit, so it got a little bit dirty, but it was easy cleanup. Just not much really going on, just pretty clean. Over here I have the factory shocks. Those are gonna get changed out for the Öhlins coilovers. And that's basically where I'm at. All right, next step, I'm gonna try to get the motor back into the chassis. One more thing that I just did that I forgot to mention was I went around where Chris Eimer made all the welding marks up top, in the bay. I'm sorry, in the chassis. I just repainted everything, just gave it a quick once over. Just kind of took some cardboard as just a barrier, and then just shot spray paint. Just did it real quick. It looks good. There's a clean line, so it worked out pretty well. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get this motor subframe back in the car, so wish me luck. It's not easy by myself, but it's nice to have a lift. Alright, so I'm just lowering the car onto the subframe right now, so let me show you guys what I'm looking at. See if I can get the other angle. It's kind of hard to tell, but there's 6 bolts that I gotta figure out how to put in. Alright, I got the 6 bolts started and I got 2 of them secured, so let me show you what I'm looking at. Here's one that's started right here, so there's a gap. Here's the side that I got pretty tight, and the back one, so this one's relocated. As you guys remember, this subframe has been extended about 8 inches. So it used to live probably in like this general area, and now it's all the way back, retapped to here. So I'm gonna tighten those up, and then I'm gonna be able to move on to the front subframe. Got the wheel wells pretty well stripped out. It's really dirty in there, so I'm gonna give all this a clean. Lower control arm is connected, and subframe is pretty much bare. On the ground I have all the parts. Got the steering rack, the knuckles, the upper arms, and this factory suspension coilovers. All my bolts, tools. So this is pretty much what I'm looking at. Probably gonna tear this subframe down and give it a good clean. I might paint it, we'll see what happens. The goal is to just kind of get everything cleaned up and maybe get most of the parts back on. Ultimate goal would be to get the Olin suspension and the Stop Tech brakes on there as well, but we'll just see what happens. I thought it'd be pretty cool to show you guys the process I'm taking. So it makes it easy to clean in the wheel wells and get to everything I need to now. It's super easy. Just clean all that up, and then the front subframes on the dolly, and I can just clean that. I can paint parts of it or paint the whole thing. Makes it really easy having a lift.